What's good, my zesty lemons? It is I, Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. I am back with another request. This time it is about sugar. If I can open, or hold on, I think my lighter is, there we go. I'm left-handed, so. So yes, this is for Yoongi. I think that's how you say his name, Yoongi. Suga of BTS. And they're wanting me to do a reading about a potential spouse. So let's just get into it and see what we get. Ooh, we don't want that catching on fire. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to smudge the energy. If this is your first time watching me, I welcome you. Like I said, I am Lee. I am an intuitive reader, and I'm still trying to get my stuff together as far as, you know, deciding on whether or not I'm going to be camera shy or not. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so shout out to the Tarot Project, BTS Tarot Project. They sent me some oracle cards, so I'm just going to use his face, if I can get it in the frame. There we go. And the card is from, or the lyrics, I don't know what this is from. Maybe this is a quote, and it says, "No one else can take responsibility for you." But I'm just using this as a significator so that I can just focus on his energy. If you don't know by now, yes, I am a supporter of BTS. Alright, so we want to know what's going on romantically for him, what traits he might be looking for. So I think it'll be a good idea to do traits that he is looking for, traits that he's not looking for, and what may come about, and even see what's going on with him mentally. Yesterday I did try to do a reading about it, but I was interrupted because of the children. But that's okay, we're going to redo it. Hopefully the same messages will come back. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. So, we're going to first start off with the Divine Energy Oracle. And this is the foundation. This is how I usually go about things. And hopefully this will tell me where his head is at this time. I also want to put out there that I know that there are individuals that may feel spiritually connected to Yoongi, and I'm not here to knock you, because that's your right. If you can sense something within him, then who am I to say shame on you, you know? However, I will say that most likely, if you're feeling some way, you have a billion other individuals that may feel the same way. And whether or not it is in the universe or the cards or God's perception of whether or not you're meant to be with this human being, that is up to God to decide, and other factors. So what I'm trying to say is, please treat this reading as entertainment. And, you know, if it resonates with you, keep it to yourself, you know, and just pray on it. That's the only thing that I can say. But don't go to their I can't talk today. Don't go to Hive and be like, "Hey, I'm here for my husband," because they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Okay. All right. I'm just telling you. So, sadly, you aren't the only one that feels that way. But there's only one that is going to capture his heart, and that is between him, that person, and God. Okay. I feel it in the center. Yes. So we have shine your light. Laugh at your demons. Yeah, this is very similar to the reading yesterday. Retreat. And then at the bottom of the deck we have ask with sincerity. Alright, let me turn off my phone. So, as of right now, his current foundation, or what's going on with him at this time, is, I feel like Yoongi is still having trouble believing that he is good enough. So there are some fears that need to be addressed, and I also believe that Yoongi believes that he is very misunderstood, and I want to say to a lesser degree, he still kind of feels like he's alone. But you know, it's interesting because that's how Earth Angels, you know, that's how they usually react. They don't... One second, my child, stop. Okay. She was like crawling underneath the furniture and everything. What are you doing? They feel like people just don't get them. And a lot of this may stem from the fact that he is an idol. And people misconstrued what his true passions may be. They think just because he's with 6 other individuals and he's dancing and he wears a little bit of eyeliner, that he's just this wuss. I'm just going to say it for what it is. They think that he's a weak individual. And I think another thing is that he sometimes hates being in the spotlight because he feels that people won't be as authentic as they should. I don't think that Yoongi wants anybody to be fake with him. And I think, honestly, he'll be able to pinpoint that shit because he's very quiet and it's being observant. So he can totally, you know, recognize the real from the fake. And so in saying that, to find someone that really sees him for who he is and accepts his shadows and his insecurities as a human being, as a man, as an idol, and really be down for him, that within itself would be a blessing. But on the personal tip, we see shine your light. So I do believe that Yoongi doesn't believe that, I don't know if he doesn't believe that he is attractive or that he will find someone. But nonetheless, he has the tendencies of dimming his light. I don't know if it's because he's doing it on purpose, because that's a form of protection, or if he's just not ready to show it, because some individuals will hide away until they get themselves figured out, and then once they're comfortable in their skin and they have gone through the dark night of the soul, then they will come out and be like, here I am, you know. But I don't think that he should, and you know, and it's really hard because we could tell him all day, like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely perfect, but he would look at us and be like, well, you don't even know me. You know what I mean? You think you know me. You see what I show you on camera, but you don't sit with me day to day, you know. You don't know my gross habits. You don't know my sensitive habits. You don't know any of those things. You're basing your assumptions off of what you see on camera, and that's it. Or, of course, what he chooses to tell you. So with laugh at your demons, I feel like, yeah, as of right now, this is the conflict. He's still battling with internal demons, but these could also be outside demons too. This could be a metaphorical way of saying laugh at your ops, you know what I'm saying? Like those who are trying to present this fear-mongering energy on him. And it could also be, you know, toxic fans. You know, I'll never understand why people will have such a strong distaste for someone that they do not know, but it's out there, you know, and the only thing that I can say is there's something about him that is irritating the demons. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of goes along with that. So laugh at him, you know, and that's what he needs to do, like not let the pressures of life and even his own mind get the best of him. So with retreat, I see this in a double entendre, if you will. I feel like this is saying that he needs to kind of step back from the idea of love. And I also feel like it's saying retreat himself, like go through the necessary therapy, because I don't know, I just kind of feel like there's some type of relapse here. And then we have ask with sincerity. So there's some type of relapse that's going on. I'm not, just because I say the word relapse does not necessarily mean that this has anything to do with drugs. I think that it might be depression or just, like I said, the pressures of the world, or just, you know, being in his head a lot. Maybe it's fears of the future, you know, will's BTS become successful. You know, maybe there are some things that's going on within his company that he is a little paranoid about. You know, it could be a number of things, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I also see with ask with sincerity, I think he is definitely the type of person that follows the saying of a closed mouth does not get fed. So he has that mentality, like, I am not a mind reader. I cannot tell you, or I can't sense what you're thinking. So I think that if the lucky man or woman catches his eye, they have to be able to speak their truth and authentically. You know, don't hold back. Because I don't think that he would do well with any type of sugarcoating at all. But I also see this as, you know, if there are some things that are going on with him, I think that he should just go ahead and just be honest with himself. Or it's not even about being honest with himself, because I can understand why anyone would want to hold back and open themselves up to that degree, especially if they are struggling mentally and emotionally, you know, because some people just want to use that to their advantage. So I feel like the cards are saying for him to, you know, seek help and ask with sincerity. Like, don't say that this is something that you're wanting to do, but you really aren't trying to follow through with it. But, so, I know I was a little, it was different than what I was expecting, but, like, again, this is on the same lines of what it was yesterday. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use these cards for additional information. Ooh, okay. Okay, so this card came out. There it goes. Be authentic. How do I gotta figure out how to do this properly. I don't know if you can see that because it's dark, but yes, be authentic. And it says anything else is just exhausting. So I'm going to say that this is pertaining to both himself and his potential person. Like I said, I don't think that he wants anybody to treat him differently because of the fact that he is a public figure. He wants you to be true to who you are. I don't think that he's the type of, I'm not trying to say that he doesn't have a preference. But I don't think that it is as particular as most would think. Like, I think that he's that chill. Like, he just wants somebody just as mellow and cool as he is. You know, oftentimes when we have the tendencies of placing or expressing idolatry towards these human beings, we tend to downplay ourselves. Like, oh, he would never date somebody like me because I have acne, or, you know, I'm on the thicker side, or I'm too skinny, or, you know, you've been told that you are not good looking, and, you know, you just don't ever downplay yourself. And it doesn't matter if this is talking about Yoongi or any other human being. Don't ever downplay yourself, and don't ever put somebody on a higher standard than you wouldn't place yourself. If you put yourself below anybody else, then there's something that you need to work on within yourself. Okay? So, like it says, be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. Okay. Okay, so this is for him. It says, stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Okay, yeah, so there are some things that are going on with him at this time. And he, I don't know. We're just going to keep moving. At the end of the day, because I mean, he's not going to be able to tell us because he's doing his thing in the army. But that's just a personal message for him, and I'm going to keep it that way. But I can also say that this might be things, you know, overthinking. Like I said, laughing at your demons. Our minds can be our worst enemy. So if he does think that he isn't good enough to be in love, to find love, to be loved, then the mind is, you know, I think it's necessary for him to be like, yo, stop all that, you know, tell his brain to stop all that. Like, you don't know what is in store for me. He needs to sit down and talk about those fears. Okay. And maybe he was in a relationship. You know, I'm also going to say that too. Maybe he was in a relationship at one point, and maybe he wasn't there for her or him the way that he felt like he should have, or what he knew that he should have. But at the same time, you know, with his schedule, that's why I said, like, he has to find someone that is really going to understand his chaotic schedule. You know, this isn't a typical man that walks down the street and falls in love with this individual and, you know, can take them on a picnic and or text them whenever. No. You know, he has to be very meticulous because whomever he brings alongside of him, they have to be protected at all times. And not only that, they have to be trustworthy enough to not exploit what they got going on, you know, for clout or whatever the case may be. So that would be, I will say that it's a hit and miss. Sometimes he thinks about being in a relationship, and then sometimes he's just like, I'm just better off single. Okay, are you going to come out? Yes. Okay, what has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. So I'm hoping that this is more on a positive tip, but since this is about love, if he is wanting to find a partner, then give it a shot. That's what I feel like. If I could tell him that, I'm like, yo, give it a shot, you know? Like, don't let your fears stop you from pursuing happiness. Okay, next is okay. So this is a special message for him. I wish that he watched YouTube like that and stumbled across my page. So it would say to him, your life is so special. Treat it with loving care. And, you know, we're all a work in progress. You know, but just as long as he can remember how resilient he is and just how loved he really is, wow. But, you know, in order for him to, because one of the cards that he did get was Love Yourself. And I wish that card came out. But I'm going to say that's part of it. Like, he needs to really look within and realize just how much of an amazing person he is. He came a long way from where he once was. You know, so to answer the question, I think that it will take a while before he would try to seek it out. Because like I said, I think it's like an off and on thing. 1 second he wants to be in a relationship, and then another moment he's not sure. But I think that there's too much going on internally for him to want to be in a relationship. And I think that's good that he's holding off on that, because it wouldn't be fair to the person, you know. And I also feel like if his person is going through a similar situation where they don't feel like they're good enough and they're having trouble loving themselves, then it is important for them to fix the wounds, treat the wounds, and heal from them before trying to bring another individual into the mist, because you're only going to pass your traumas on to the next. And you know the saying, hurt people hurt people. So let's see here. Let's go would not want. And then we'll move on to the traits that would catch his eye. Sorry, I'm taking my time with this reading because I don't want to stammer over my words. But you know, I've always been a lengthy reader. So this is something that I enjoy doing. So you're getting all this for free, you know. So speaking of, I do personal readings and they are $30 per question. I don't do anything special. I'm just a reader, you know. So if you are interested in getting a personal read from me, then I will display my email address in the description box. I also want to put out there that I am currently in school too. So as I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, I'm not going to be, I'm not frequent now, but it's still going to be, I'll post when I can, but when I'm in that mood to do it, I will be here. Okay. But if you actually send me an email, I will have your reading done within 3 days. I feel really strong right here. Okay. So. Alright. Now keep in mind, this is traits that he does not want. Alright. So the first card we have Judgment. And it's interesting because we have Shine Your Light and then we have Judgment. And how I'm looking at this is he doesn't want anybody judging him for anything that he's got going on. And, you know, with social media, it is getting sickening by the moment. People are getting way too comfortable expressing projected energy onto people that don't have anything to do with what they got going on in their world. And I think that eventually it's going to get to the point where celebrities are not going to want to engage anymore because of the online bullying. It's getting out of hand. It really is. So yeah, he doesn't want anyone who is judgmental. He doesn't want anyone that has a tit for tat type mentality. Like, he would prefer for you to go about like talking things over. Like I said, I believe that he's the type of person that believes in the saying, a closed mouth does not get fed. So therefore, if you're sitting here ruminating on something that upset you that he may have hypothetically done, and all of a sudden you just have this stank attitude and he has no idea of why you're doing it, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be a turn off to him. I don't think he does not like people that are judgmental of other people. So if you are a sedity type of an individual who just has this uppity type mentality, that's going to be frowned upon. Especially if you have, if you come from a wealthy background, or even if you are self-made, he does not like that stank, you know, I think I'm better, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, he wants you to transmute that. And if anything, if you're going to change your boasting to a sense of, like, turn it into a, what am I trying to say? Like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, I cannot. Okay, anyway, basically like a blessing for other people to learn from you. Like, that's, because I cannot think of what I'm trying to say, but anyways. All right, so we have the Four of Swords. I feel like with this, one thing that he does not like is if you know that you are overwhelmed. He doesn't like anybody that rushes headfirst into something. So it's very important for you to pick your battles wisely. You know, like, don't put yourself in a situation where he would have to, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like he wouldn't want to protect you, he would, but if you're doing it because you're like, oh, well, I got, sugar on my side, ain't nothing gonna happen. No, he's gonna frown upon that. And I even think logically, he's definitely a think before you act type of person. So with the Nine of Wands, this is interesting. So with retreat, I don't think that he wants you to be guarded. If he chooses you as his person, then it's very important that you are open with him. Now, yes, I don't think that he will tell you everything, but I don't think it's in a sense of, hiding dark secrets that you'll later discover and will feel betrayed. But I do feel that if anything is bothering you, then he wants you to be open to talk to him about it. Don't ever put your wall up against him, because I kind of feel like he'll feel threatened by that. You know what I mean? Like, what are you hiding? So don't ever hide anything. Even if, even if you're scared to, talk about something that he's done, like, don't hold back on anything. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups, and how I look at this, I don't think he's the type of person that really dwells on the past. And I know that sounds hypocritical. But I think that's the thing. Like, his goal is to move far away from the past, especially from things that were daunting to him. So I don't think he would care about your past relationships, so don't bring that up. Don't bring up any exes of any kind. Don't compare him to anybody, and don't talk about the things that you've gone through, unless, it comes, if it's necessary for him to understand you, but don't do it in a menacing way, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he would prefer to keep the past in the past. Yeah. All right, so let's look at what would attract him, if I can say it right. I am not looking at physical attributes. I'm just looking at the messages. Because you can have all the physical traits, but could be the wrong person. You see what I'm saying? So the physicality doesn't matter. It's about the soul and the maturity levels. This could also be, no, never mind, because I said that it could be, saying something in the past. I don't think that he wants to be reminded of his past either. So I'll just put it that way. Like, if you are out here unhealed, then I think that you will have that conversation of, hey, I think that we need to go our separate ways, because you've got some unhealed things, and I can't deal with that. All right, so the things that would be attractive to him. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So how I look at this is someone that is resilient. I also see that This is also talking about the understanding that life does have their ups and downs. So he will need someone alongside of him to see situations like, okay, maybe this isn't the best time, but there is sunshine after the rain. You know what I mean? So um, I think that he would really appreciate somebody like that, that no matter what gets them down, they're going to stop at nothing to get to the top of that wheel. They're going to work hard. And I also feel like this is also someone that will complete the necessary cycles of trauma. You know what I mean? Like break those cycles and push through. Let me see here. I don't think he really, because you know, when you hear fortune, someone's probably thinking, oh, well, he wants a celebrity. No. I think that what this is, you could, like I said, work your way up to the top. Whatever that might mean for you. You're a hard worker, you know, self-established, boss energy, you know what I mean? But also kind, and I cannot think of my vocabulary words, but you know, someone that gives to charities, and you know, not out there flaunting what they got. They, you know, put back into the world, basically. So we have that Ten of Swords here. Sorry, I didn't show you. And let me also show you the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay. Oh, they love a strong woman. And I'm not talking about one that tends to, well, I can't even say that, because you know, strong women or even men, okay, we get bad flack, we get terrible flack for standing up for ourselves, and it's only those that no longer have access to us that have a problem with it. So let me check myself on that, because I don't know what I was about to say, and I'm glad that it came out the way that I wanted it to. But with the Ten of Swords, she's still, you know, she's getting up. Like, all of her traumas that were meant to put her down, she managed to get back up. And she just kept on moving. She didn't care what anybody had to say. If anything, I feel like his or her strength scared a lot of people. And I think that this person's resolve and resilience, determination is going to be so attractive to them. Like, oh my gosh, like, yeah. We have the Sun. Oh, not the Sun, I'm sorry. We have the Seven of Pentacles. He definitely wants someone that is patient, very hardworking, that will work towards their goals and does not expect for a handout. Not saying that he would not be glad to spoil you, but he wants you to have the ability to be independent on your own. He doesn't want nobody looking at him for a handout, because that's just not fair. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it's very hard for any celebrity to want to be in a relationship, because you don't know, are you here for a handout, or are you genuinely wanting to be with me because of me? So I'm looking at her face, and she just has this smile, like she knows that she is planting such a beautiful abundance. And let's see if I can show you there. Okay, maybe if they will stop. There we go. She knows that everything that she touches and that she nurtures with the tender love and care that she puts into it, you know, that's her garden. That is her abundance. And I think he would admire that. And it could be anything. I mean, you could be in the kitchen making a mess trying to figure out this recipe that, you know, that you're trying to create. I could see him like standing, leaning against, you know, the wall, just admiring your determination to get that seasoning to taste just right, or to get that vegetable to simmer the way that it needs, like anything, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. He's really simple. He's really simple. Yes. So definite dedication and patience. Okay. And now we have the Six of Swords, and that is beautiful to see too. So this is definitely someone that escaped a situation that could have destroyed them. I could also see this as traveling. Someone who's willing to travel. So this could either be someone that is a foreigner, or this could be someone that is in Korea, but nonetheless the ability to travel and also escape their nightmares and take the swords of resolve with them, the lessons. You know, you can forgive your past, but you don't have to necessarily forget them. You know what I mean? So using that pain to motivate you to move on and to do great things is what I see here. So those are things that I think that he would really be drawn to an individual for. All right. Now, let's get into the romance angels. When that time does come, you know, if he ever decides, we'll see what the cards have to say, okay? When it comes to love. I can get it out. Oh, did one flip? Nope. Did it? Nope. Okay. Oh, I think one did. Yes, there it is. Okay. So we have attraction, and it says you attract romance by enjoying. Hold on, I'm sorry. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So what this moment is up to Yoongi, the person, and God, of course. But I feel that this is going to be I want to say a love at first sight. I'm just going to say it like that. And I don't know if he believes in that, but I feel that the moment that this person and him locks eyes, something's going to start stirring up that might lead to, hey, what's your name? Okay. Engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So that's nice to see that there will be an attraction there, and potential marriage is in the mix. I like how it's flowing. honeymoon, so I guess they're gonna skip the marriage. But it says, enjoy enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So I think it's safe to say, and then I'm gonna take at the bottom of the deck, it says you deserve love, you are lovable. So I feel like this is a message to both of them, that both meaning the person and Yoongi, that is God's way of telling them, like, hey, you both deserve this. You both have... Okay, so basically, I think it's safe to say that... Sorry. It's very loud in that hallway. Rihanna's song comes to mind. We found love in a hopeless place. But this isn't a trauma bond situation. I think that this is just going to happen out of the blue. I don't think that either party is going to be searching like that. Like I said, it says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment. So it could just be anywhere. They could be chilling, really. And it just so happens that the universe brings them together. And honestly, I think that is a beautiful way to go about things. It's in sync. So... like, I just want to put this out here again. If it resonates and you think that you fit the bill, please understand that, you know, you are up against several individuals that love them some Yoongi, okay? But if this is something that is bound to work for whomever is watching this video, and it could be somebody that's like, yeah, right, this is full of crap, and then, you never know. So I just kind of feel like at the right moment is when it's all going to happen. But I will say that at this time, both the person and Yoongi have some work to do. You know, I think it's very important for everyone to stop looking for instant gratification and instant love, and really start honing into the traumas that linger around us, because you have to break those generational patterns. You know, you have to break away from toxic family folk that don't want to see your best interest. Because what would you look like, let's say hypothetically, that you did meet them and you guys did kind of hit it off and you brought them to the house. I mean, yeah, it's easy for you to say, oh, well, I ain't got to be around them, but you would still have to be around your family one way or another. Expects you to meet this person that caught your interest, and then they are jealous of the attention that you have, because they regret the person that they're with. You know what I mean? Like, there could be so many things. And sometimes people just don't want to see you do good. So take this time to do the work and learn more about yourself. If you're not where you want to be financially, get yourself there. Put yourself in a position to align with this possible union. And this is for anybody. You know what I mean? Because naturally, yeah, we know that there's a possibility that all the members could date an army or marry an army. But there's also that possibility that they might just, meet somebody that don't know a damn thing about them, So I just want to keep it as open and inclusive as possible. Like I said, as far as physical attributes are concerned, I wasn't looking at those, because honestly, I don't think that really matters. I mean, yeah, looks can get you far, but at the same time, how I look at it is your beauty will fade over time due to getting older. But I don't think that he's the type of person that is going to be looking solely at looks. I think he wants the character. He wants to see the resilience, the determination. He wants to see your true, authentic self, and I think that's why that's saying be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. He doesn't have time for games. He doesn't have time for, sweet nothings whispered in his ear. He wants the knit grit. You never know. You might just be some, sassy individual that tells it like it is, and that might be something that really gets him going. Like, I'm not saying be rude and disrespectful, but what I'm saying is like you're bold. You like, you know what? I'm expressing myself. This is what it is. I don't care what anybody says about me. I'm going to do what I want to do, just as long as it is, it is an alignment where everybody is involved, is safe and okay. I don't think that he has a problem with that, So that is what I am getting from this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Drop some comments down below. Tell your friends about me, and also hit that subscribe button. But what I really want you to do is this: when life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care, everyone. Bye.